Welcome back to the Bit of Truth. Happy hump day, peak of the week. It's a Wednesday, so let's crack this bitch open and see what's inside. Right, first up we go to Pride, where the cast of Heartstopper on Netflix think it's perfectly fair to protest against the protesters, but in a bit of a stranger way. At Pride, there was a group of religious protesters that still believe what they want to believe. And of course, you got the Pride people, the LGBT community, the alphabet people, did not like the fact that there was a bunch of religious protesters at the festival. Instead of ignoring them, they decided to flip them off. How very tolerant of you.
Please, don't be such a drama queen.
Many people are getting fed up with having balls thrown in their face, or in their kids' faces, as it shows with this LGBTQ influencer, who actually is condemning the actions of people at Pride. He says, "Since when is that okay? Because it's not." When he's talking about the naked bike riders, high-fiving kids, and also swinging their parts around quite freely in front of many people. Yeah, I really don't get how this is anything to do with being proud to be gay or one of the other letters of the alphabet.
I'm so fucking proud of you guys.
Even people who did transition are now looking to transition back. This confused teenage boy who had transgender surgery at the age of 19 is now starting to transition back to a man. He says it destroyed his life, and 4 years later, he is now back to being a man. He actually started to regret his decision only a year after his surgeries, and he's now going through surgeries to remove the breast implants and reattach the muscles in his chest. Who's paying for this? I'm sure this is down to us, the taxpayer, which is really a complete joke.
Not with my money.
And even more on it, this woman who lost her job over her views of the transgender community has now been awarded a £100,000 payout. This is getting completely out of hand. So we're either paying for people to transition, then transition back, and we're even paying compensation to people who just dislike it in general. This is what needs to stop. Just, if you want to be proud to be gay or transgender, just stay in your own lane. How simple is it? And people that dislike it, stay in your lane too.
It's really fucking stupid.
Even Just Stop Oil are disrupting Pride events. But it's really funny how they were removed from the Pride event, yet all of the bullshit that happens in London on a daily basis has taken so long to get sorted out. Right? I see how this works.
That's not right.
But finally, police are given tougher powers now to crack down on these eco-morons. There's new measures that are being put in place for officers to move on these stupid protests. They're even now making it a criminal offence. Finally, you're starting to listen to the people of this country.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it, but I haven't seen it yet.
People are getting fed up with the amount of illegal immigrants coming into the country, undocumented, and then disappearing. Now, for the ones that aren't disappearing, they're getting housed all up and down the country, as you know, in 5-star hotels and many other places. But what we did not expect is for now military families at 1 week's notice to be kicked out of their homes in order to now home asylum seekers.
Fucking outrageous.
Even MPs are starting to agree with us. This Tory MP says there is palpable anger, which is a very nice way of putting it, within British people over all of the illegal immigration into the UK. This doesn't just need to stop because this is a danger to us, but it's a danger to the people crossing, and it's also funding these criminals that are exploiting these people for that border crossing, that dangerous border crossing.
I'm calling everyone I know, and I'm telling them about this. This has got to stop.
Suella Braverman is rightfully appealing the Rwanda decision. There's many lives that are being put in danger with undocumented people committing crimes in the country. Not saying that they're all criminals, but we shouldn't be dealing with this at all. If you're looking to seek asylum, use the correct channels.
Because it's the right thing to do.
More woke people is this Dutch king where he issues a personal apology for his nation's role in the slave trade. Now, I can understand if that was recent or even fairly recent. But no, this is on the 160th anniversary of the abolition of legal slavery in the country. So basically, he's apologizing for things that happened back in the 16th and 17th century. Why?
If you just stop talking.
On to more woke people, we've got a university academic, who wrote independent reviews praising low traffic neighborhoods, the 15 or 20-minute cities that are causing complete chaos up and down the country, creating more traffic jams, more pollution. Anyway, this tolerant lefty who praised this amazing concept is so tolerant that she rips down anti-LTM posters. So basically, if you don't like something, you can just remove it from a wall, steal it, pretty much.
It's interesting, wow.
This country needs to get tougher on crime and real problems rather than all of these stupid woke issues. We've got London, which has become a completely lawless part of the UK, where we see this delivery driver stabbed in the stomach during broad daylight on a busy street for trying to stop someone stealing his bike, the one thing that is giving him his livelihood to make money. Where were the police? No, it looks like it was thankful to a security guard and other members of the public to not just one, help this person that had been stabbed, but to capture the person who was the suspect. Look at the size of this knife.
Let us stop this mindless violence.
Other criminals, such as this 17-year-old boy who drove around in a stolen Audi and drove it like a rocket, crashed into a pedestrian, crushing them to death. He gets a 4-year prison sentence, so be out in 2 years, and also a 7-year driving ban. He should be getting double-digit prison sentence at a minimum and a lifetime ban from driving. Driving is a privilege and not a right.
It's really unfair.
It's not just our country that's going mad. We've got a Mexican mayor who's now married an alligator. This is not the first time. He married one a year ago as well. Anyway, he calls her Princess Girl, and I quote, "I accept responsibility because we love each other. That is what's important. You can't have a marriage without love. I yield to marriage with the Princess Girl." What the fuck? This man shouldn't be in any sort of power. He shouldn't be allowed to own any animals. Lock him up.
It's so strange.
And finally, just to finish with the funny one, we've got a one-legged criminal who stole a single trainer and also some whiskey. He failed to show up at court. Well, he's not going to steal 2 fucking trainers, is he?
Shake a leg, woman!
Right, a little bit of a rant today. Don't take things too seriously. If you do like the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you back tomorrow.